What if I told you the AI video you're watching right now costs me absolutely nothing to make?
AI video generation is very expensive, but for small creators, it really doesn't have to be. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to make quality AI videos for free.
I'll give you my complete workflow, the tools, all the prompts, and the technique I use to make those videos.
So let's jump straight into the tutorial. The first thing you need to know is, to generate quality AI videos, you must start from a reference image. This is because the initial image gives you control over the scene you want to create. Let's begin by generating the image for a first scene. For all images in this tutorial, I'll use Google Nano Banana 2, which is free and you can access from your Gemini app. Here, I'll set the thinking mode because I'm getting better results. Then set it to Create Image. Finally, add the prompt, a medium close-up cinematic portrait of a weathered special ops soldier crouching behind rebel in a destroyed city. He wears a tan tactical vest, carries a MK-18, and stares intensely at the camera under a harsh midday sun. Then submit. Now that we have our first image, we could start generating the first 8-second clip. But when you generate separate reference images and animate them, you end up losing consistency. So in our workflow, we'll do better. We'll use this first image as a reference to generate a full storyboard, and then use the panel's images as references for the clips. This gives us not just the control, but the consistency across every single scene. To create the storyboard, we'll use Gemini again and set the thinking mode. Then set it to Create Image. Add the image we generated, and a storyboard prompt with the details of the story we want to create. I'll ask to create this story. A lone special ops soldier evades an enemy patrol in a ruined city, navigating debris-filled buildings to reach a clearing. Under fire, he sprints to a descending Blackhawk, pulling himself aboard to safety as the city falls away. Then submit. While it's processing, let me explain why this works so well. When you generate a storyboard, all 9 panels are created as one single image. Because of a mechanism called self-attention, the model looks at every part of the image while it's generating, so it's always aware of what your characters and locations look like. Consistency just becomes a natural result of that process. This is the storyboard it generates. You can see we already created the story and locked the style, characters, and location consistency before we generate the animations. As Nano Banana 2 can also generate text, in our prompt we asked to generate the motion prompts. So the output we get has 2 parts, the storyboard image with all 9 panels, and a motion prompt for each scene. We'll use those prompts later to animate each clip. By the way, all prompts used in this tutorial are pinned to the first comment below this video. Now we have everything we need, 9 consistent panels and a motion prompt for each scene. But before we start animating, we need to split each panel into an individual image. We could clip them manually using any simpler tool like Paint on Windows or Preview on Mac, or use Nano Banana 2 to extract each clip. I'll use the latter option because it also upscales the images, and with better images, we could get better video animation results. I'll use this prompt to extract the panels. Extract the top middle frame as a standalone full-resolution image. Then you repeat for each panel. Bear in mind, for now, Google allows just 20 free images per day in its free tier. Now that we have all individual panels and the motion prompts, it's time to generate the videos. For this step, we'll use Meta AI. I chose this tool because after testing all available free tools, this one is the only one that offers a usable daily free limit for creating AI videos and also has an acceptable video quality. Later, I'll show you one other free tool I use when I need better quality and all the other free options available, with its pros, cons, and why I do not recommend using them. Okay, on Meta.ai, you can log in using Facebook, Instagram, your email address, or your phone number. Once you're logged in, you can select on the left tab, Create. Then select Video. Add the image for the first scene. Finally, add the motion prompt for the scene. Then click Animate. We'll do the same process for each scene. Usually the videos take less than 1 minute to generate. This tool generates 5-second clips.
Now that all the clips are generated, we'll download them to our local computer and render the scenes together.
You can use any video editor to do that. I would recommend CapCut because it's easy to use, free, and has a powerful multi-track editor where you can add music, transitions, etc. After a quick addition, this is what we created using only free tools. So what do you think about the result? I have to explain. The intention with this example wasn't to show a professional video, but to show what you can expect using this workflow. Of course, I did add the music and crop some clips, but all were generated in one go, no retakes. Let me know your opinion in the comments. Okay, now I'll show you another free option that generates even better quality videos, but unfortunately, the daily generation limit is quite tight. By the way, if you're finding this tutorial useful, hitting that subscribe button and liking the video really helps support the channel and ensures you don't miss out on future videos. This is the only other tool I'll consider using to generate free videos. I'm talking about the Google Flow app. Here you can have access to Google VEO models that are one of the best models available, and once you sign up with your Google account, you receive 100 credits to use, and every day you receive another 50 credits. If you consider each VEO 3.1 Fast uses 20 credits, you can generate 2 or 3 videos every day. Worth mentioning, Google Flow now includes access to Nano Banana 2 and Nano Banana Pro, completely free. Not sure how long that'll last. Let me know if your experience is different or if you hit any hard limit. Now I'll use Nano Banana Pro to generate another storyboard using this image as start frame. Then I used the same workflow as before, but this time I animated the clips with VEO 3.1. Let's see the result. So what do you think? In my opinion, VEO is better and it actually generates videos in full HD. That said, I think we can also reach good results with Meta AI. Now, as promised, here are the other free or near-free AI video options available, their pros, cons, and why I don't recommend them. Before I go through each one, I want to clarify the scope of this review. This is not intended to be a platform review. I'm strictly looking at the free tiers, the models and features available, the daily limits, the video quality, and any restrictions that apply. So the first one is Weir, which is an online AI image and video integrator platform. The pros: genuinely free, no daily cap mentioned for the quality model, no watermark. The cons: the video model used is completely undisclosed, and on the free tier, the output results are terrible. Commercial use is not allowed on the free plan. Why I do not recommend: terrible quality and no commercial allowed. The next one is Daigen, which is another online AI image and video platform. The only pros are some free credits you get on sign up and the 120 they give you daily. The cons are: the free tier just gives access to the proprietary RealMotion series models, RealMotion 2.6 and 3.1. All free video exports have watermark. Why I do not recommend: the low quality for the available models and watermark on all exports. Now, let's take a look at Wan, which is an AI creative platform by Alibaba's. The pros are: it's genuinely free, when choose to generate without credits. The Wan model Wan 2.6 is about the top tier models. The app allows control over styles, camera movements, and camera lenses. Looks good, right? But the problem here is each clip takes hours to be generated, 3 hours on my experience, and it also exports with watermark.
So, I do not recommend it because the time for generation makes any creation workflow inviolable. Finally, we have Qwen Chat, which is Alibaba's official AI chat platform. The pros are it's genuinely free and can generate up to full HD videos. But the cons are the server is always overloaded, what causes frequent generation failures and long wait times. The quality also isn't the best. I do not recommend it due to long wait times, sometimes between 10 to 20 minutes for each clip, generation failures, and quality issues. So, in this video, we covered my full workflow to generate free AI videos. I showed all the tools and the prompts I personally use and the storyboard technique for consistency. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you know any other free tool we should consider for our workflow? What kind of videos are you creating? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you want to go deeper into the storyboard method and learn more advanced techniques like the first and last frame trick, check out the video on your screen. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest AI tools. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.